who are the original people of these lands, and who is the Most High going to return the lands to. See, it depends. It's really important to know who the people are, and that goes all over the world. Now, we have to understand that the Americas, and I got to make sure I catch myself on this as well, the Americas, or these great lands with these different seasons, were given to Shem. Not everyone in Shem's line are the Israelites. We have cousins and everything else. They're also here with us, okay, on these lands as well. So there is a difference between certain groups of people that you call aboriginals or natives or whatever else. They're not all going to be Hebrews, and they're not all going to be Israelites. Like I said, we also have our cousins. We also got other people that were going to be here. We got Gentiles that were cleaving to us as well. Okay, so Gentiles were allowed to cleave to the Israelites. They saw the truth, and the Most High put it on their spirits to follow the Israelites. But see, the churches have wanted to usurp our status, and that's exactly what they've done. And so and even today it's like a subconscious thing. People don't want to admit that us so-called, what you call them today, Negroes or black people, are the original Mexicans that the Europeans found when they got here. But see, in older books, they couldn't hide that because it was a well-known fact. We were asleep, but we were still, the vast majority of the people that was here still looked like us. They knew that the people in authority, the people that were given these lands, looked like myself or people like us. So in books from way in the past, they show you these types of things. They show you in their pictures. We're going to take a look here at this book, America Being the Last, or Being the Latest, okay, the most accurate description of the New World. This is one of the books that's been for sale for a very long time. You get much closer to the, primary sources right here. And we already know, what they're going to do with these prices, right? Containing the original, all right, of the inhabitants and the remarkable voyages thither, the conquest of the vast empires of Mexico and Peru and other large provinces and territories. Now, Mexico, as you know it today, was a country established in the late 1800s. Who were the original Mexicans, as they call them, before that? Who were the people that the Europeans were encountering when they got here? That's what's contained in this book. And as you can see, the price of this book is like, what, $58,500? Why is it they don't want you to know this? Why is it make it so difficult for you to get your hands on this information? Talking about what the European plantations, with the several European plantations in those parts, also their cities, fortresses, towns, temples, mountains, and rivers, their habits, customs, manner, and religions. And we said, a lot of them were Hebrews, okay, Israelites. And they look totally different than what they are depicting or what they're showing today. So right here at the bottom, concerning the Mexicans, again, concerning the Mexicans' apparel, it is a sufficient testimony that they are no way of the same original with the several barbarous nations that run up and down naked in New Spain. See, like I said, we have cousins, we have other people, that were here on the lands as well, and they were probably not following the same customs or doing the same things as we are, and they were kind of like, they know there's a difference between the groups of people that were here, okay? But it talks about right there, again, that they are of no way the same original with the several barbarous nations that run up and down naked in New Spain. For the inhabitants of Mexico went anciently clothed in cotton, and on their heads they wore a high plume of red feathers about their necks, over their shoulders, breast, and back. Okay, a kind of large thorax of feathers. This is the depiction of the original or ancient Mexicans. Okay? This is what they would look, and it would have looked, you just imagine what it must have looked like. It must have looked absolutely awesome. Now, if they weren't dark, they didn't have to, there's other native groups, whatever else they depict, and they don't look like this. Because there's going to be a mix. But see, they're okay with certain people saying that they're natives. They're okay with certain people saying that they are aboriginals or whatever else. But when it comes to us talking about our heritage, all of a sudden, there's a problem. Oh, no. Just like the guy I talked to this weekend when I was in indigenous celebration that they were having. They were having an Indigenous Day celebration. And he tries to, swerve me over to Africa. Oh, yeah, well, Africans are, we're waking up here, but they're waking up over in Africa too. I'm like, well, that's great for Africans or whatever else you say. I said, but I'm not from Africa. I said, I'm from here. I said, these are our lands. We're the original people here. And he gave me that blank stare. But you know what? He knew, because I started talking about the pyramids and, the depictions of us on the pyramids and things like that. And he goes, oh, yeah, the Olmecs. So I'm like, bruh, if you already know about the Olmecs and how they look, then you already know. But see, you guys have to kind of push that whole narrative again, that, you guys are the only ones that were here and that we were never here. But like I said, you guys will be quick to allow the Europeans to say that they're Cherokee, and you'll try to they're Cherokee. Oh, I'm Cherokee. I got Cherokee. I'm Native American. I'm like, oh, okay, man. I said, how we know who's who? By who suffered through the curses. That's how we know who's who. There are plenty of people in every group that have been suffering these curses. It's not just so-called Negroes. Okay, there's been other people that are, so-called Mexicans that have been suffering the curses as well, who've been put at the bottom. You got Filipinos also. I said, they've been suffering the curses. I said, they don't know who they are. They still are running around here with Spanish last names, speaking Spanish, practicing Catholicism, because that's what you guys did. You guys went all over the world doing that. Up to the top of the Americas, down, you went over to Asia. You did the same thing. Okay, so it's nothing new under the sun. Okay, but the thing is right now is that the Most High is he's bringing knowledge back. But see, our people have been so portrayed as evil, dark, devilish, ungodly, sinful, guilty. These are like some of the synonyms for the word black, and like I said, and that's what you do is like when you're calling people black, you're not talking about their skin color, because there's plenty of people who are in different nations that are even darker than I am. So it's not that you're using it like as an adjective. You're using it like as a verb, as a state of being. So when you're trying to say we're black, you're trying to say all these negative things about us. Which, hey man, when you say white, there's all these positive things: pure, innocent, godly, pretty much angelic, all those things that you guys want to say. It doesn't matter. I said, because ultimately right now, it's about the Most High bringing back knowledge and understanding. And are you going to accept it from someone that looks like me? See, your pastors and priests will come and they'll portray themselves so godly and pure and everything else, but they've been responsible for covering up or committing the most heinous crimes ever. They've gone around, raped, robbed, murdered, stolen everything, hidden the history, hidden their actions. They do it all the way to today. Their priests are still guilty of all these things, and all they've done is move them from place to place. They never paid for anything. And you will go ahead and continue to bless them or excuse all their actions, because that's what's in your DNA. That's part of the oath. But the Most High is bringing out knowledge, understanding now, and are you going to be able to accept that from someone that looks like me? You say you love everyone. I said, take what I'm showing you and test it. Test what I'm saying. Go look for ancient pictures and ancient depictions and see what you find. Go check out those old mech heads and see what you find. Why is it that you'll listen to the Europeans and the things that they're telling you and you won't even question anything? But I'm showing you a book from the 1600s that's depicting the original Mexicans as so-called Negroes. And it's not just one picture, it's a lot of them. So now you can see why you always wonder, like, why is that book so expensive? Why is it we can't see those books? They always tell you to go to the original source or try to go and get first-hand accounts, try to get primary sources. And when we bring those primary sources to you, you still want to, act like you don't see it. But that's part of the racism that's in a lot of people's spirits. A lot of people, most people already know the truth. Now, when they're getting hit with the truth, the Most High is going to have a testimony against you. They're going to say, you remember that video you saw? You remember that information that came to you and you just discounted it or you ignored it? That's all part of this awakening here. He's going to raise up his people. They're going to bring out this truth. And then it's up to you to either accept it or deny it. And then that's going to be the testimony you're going to have with the Most High. And he's going to bring all this back to you. He's going to bring all these opportunities for you to embrace the truth. He's going to bring back all these opportunities you had to, bless the Israelites. And he's going to remind you that you had the opportunity and you chose to bless Babylon. You chose to bless the priesthood of Mahan. Stay strong for Israel. Shalom.